Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. It's been just over a week since April Fool's, and also a week after the Switch 2 was revealed. Well, more like showcased, but you get what I mean. But we're not here for that, because, well, Easter is fast approaching. Thank you for the lag there on loading my hats. But yeah, we got this last time, because somehow I never actually got it through the Rift Roulette, so that's insane. The Easter Bunny hat even, is a brewing hat, allows us to chuck explosive eggs. Not only that, but I've equipped the bunny hood because we're going to be running around a lot because we're in for a deceptively long one. For it is released on April Fool's. We have a 2-level challenge road, which are multi-segmented, if that makes any sense to you. There are multiple loading screens, loading separate sections of the level, and the levels themselves, or the sections themselves, are split into sections. So it's kind of multi-segmented and more like maybe 4 levels instead of 3. So we've got our work cut out for us. So first up we have Bird Island 5, the side island. Don't know why some of the text is a little bit different here, but this is by Boogaloo, the 5th of the Bird Island series, but thankfully, considering how the plot of this actually works, you don't really need to know the rest of the Bird Island series, especially since this is also kind of a, you know, spoof, because April. A strange tower sits on the bleak shores of what is supposed to be Bird Island, its top overflowing with darkness. There is something Hat Kid needs to find out. Certain gaps of her memories and the eerie feeling within her chest upon stepping foot into the sands of this place. Living darkness, gripping challenges, and a very special guest, all await in the next installment of the critically acclaimed Bird Island series. Waiting to play this when it's ready. Prediction, there will be sand consumption. Created for the 2024 April Fool's Modding Jams. This was only a year ago. Credits, we have Boogaloo, of course, for most of the level 1 story. We also have Dead Sec Pony for helping with stuff like costumes, writing, and other redacted things. Now, that's a bit of a thing that I need to make a mention, because in my practice file, and I have less costumes than what I do on this particular file, which is our project file, because I've been spending every single token we have for the Rift Roulette and keep adding mods to add more in there, I haven't been getting all those in my personal file. When I bought the costume halfway through this level, there's no way for me to equip it, so I don't know if that's a bug or something, but it just sat in my key items, which is not what's supposed to happen anyway, but it just wouldn't let me wear it. So I'll buy it, I'll show it, but that needs to be fixed, but obviously not when it's in the challenge road, otherwise you'll make an erroneous additional trophy. Getting away from that, we also have Cat Cube for scripting help and Star Blaster for the location banner Kismet code. Oh, Kismet node, excuse me, not code, but it's probably made of code, so you get what I mean. And we also have Ice Surfing Rift 2.5, EX++ Naughty vs. Nice Edition. Sounds like December Decisions there was a inspiration. Hey, do you remember the Ice Surfing Rift 2? I don't believe I played the second one, but I did play the first one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, this is a semi-sequel, and this is it. Hoot is too lazy to make another brand new Ice Surfing Rift, so instead, he just reused his Ice Surfing Rift 2, but with options to be nice or naughty. So even if we didn't play Ice Surfing Rift 2, this is basically, well, the first part is basically that, but with additional stuff, with a naughty and nice system, similar to December Decisions, but without the fancy graphic. It will just give you a notification when you do certain things. Hookshot and No-bonk badge are required, of course, because how else are you going to No-bonk slide? And it's the only time you would No-bonk slide in the level, because that is what it is for the first part. Thanks to Crash and Super Inklink for testing the mod, made for the December 2020 Naughty vs. Nice mod jam. Which is a bit ironic considering what we're going to get into. Seriously, this is the red herring. And those two pluses, they're not joking. The EX is probably saying including or being a slightly better version. Maybe with bug fixes, because I do remember in one of the sliding levels that we had, that some platforms just didn't want to launch you properly, and it was nothing to do with frame rate. I was just having trouble. So maybe they were slightly tweaked. Who knows? But I don't exactly need to play the original 2 if this has got it in there. And then some, and that's not an exaggeration. As I said, we've got a work cut out for us, and it can be quite difficult. Most of the difficulty, though, is at the end of Ice Serving Rift 2.5, but it's not as bad as going through some of the later challenges of Bird Island 5 Side Island. So, without further ado, we're going to be here for a while. Let's get into it. Weird. There was supposed to be a black screen fade out there. It just kind of snapped in. Oh, this is ominous. A lot of... Oh, there's the Snatcher again. Ugh. It's only because I have to edit the voice in. But yeah, this is very ominous. And out of focus. It's like it's unfinished. I think that's the point, though. Very ominous. But for some reason, the sound cues are a little bit late to the graphics. I don't know what that's about. Big Burb, let's go swim. Nope, we're not allowed to. Read this character in a British accent, please. I'm begging you. Okay, then. Even though I'm British, I don't exactly have the most British of accents. Ah, for spotted tea. Hello again, Hat Kid. Welcome once again to Bird Island. Let me summarise events from last time. It has been a while. After seeing the horror that was Adidas Force feeding Tetris Kid sand, Daniel A. ceased and desisted the Bird Island franchise. These characters are self-aware. Some stuff also happened with Projectiles and Timmy. Right, that fade out always happens at the same amount of time no matter what you do in this map. I don't know what that is about. And it always happens. That had nothing to do with this conversation. Some stuff also happened with Projectiles and Timmy, but we don't like talking about that. Anyway, Bird Island has finally rebooted, but with a cold, white, and orderly vibe. There's also a big tower. I don't know what that's about. Your text immediately went very casual. If you've played any other Bird Island, you know the deal by now. Talk to everyone before progressing the story, because you can't go back. Yeah, none of this really has anything to do with the plot. Honestly, these guys are just wondering why the hell they're not finished. Or not ported properly. Hey man, don't you think it's weird how no one misspells things horribly anymore? I guess it was kind of funny, but honestly, I'm glad it stopped. I mean, there's still misspellings in terms of no apostrophes. And then you got 3 commas in a row instead of ellipses. Like 3 periods. There was, like, some sentences that were absolutely incomprehensible. Anyway, yeah. Sure. Oh, there, I almost didn't see you.
The Bird Island stands in the sea, helpless. Truly, a franchise of the worst its cause. Please listen to our video essay about the history and fame of Bird Island as a cultural object.
Sure. I mean, I might have to reserve some time for that. Why are you elongated on that axis? That looks weird. Also, most of these characters are T-posing if you haven't noticed.
This is why I absolutely hate reboots. Not only are these trees extremely misaligned, they're also not even the trees on the original Bird Island franchise. The Bird Island should have stayed dead. I hate you, Barnacle CEO of Bird Island.
I mean, yeah, for some reason they're just a bunch of rubber trees, and they're not even been placed. They've just been copy and pasted and just left on the side here. Well, well, well. Look who came crawling back the second a new Bird Island popped up. Why is this so self-aware? You know what a toxic relationship is, right? Does the word parasocial mean anything to you? It's not a place of honor. Well, if I'm fully honest, I have no idea what those mean. I'm just a whale. And well, I'm honestly not sure why I'm this cynical. I'm not sure I even had a personality before, if I'm being honest. Hey, don't you think it's a bit weird how almost every joke in Bird Island is now just about the metatextual narrative of Bird Island as a mod series? Yeah, actually. Why is everyone so self-aware? You're answering the same question. Someone should do their thesis on it, I think. Ludonarrative dissonance in the metatext of the Bird Island franchise. Well, I wouldn't know. I'm just a sure. Aviator dude. Or Adult Timmy, as some people like to dub him as, but not actually. Whoa, what is this place? Last thing I remember, I was chilling in heaven with my cat, and now I'm in this strange and wonderful new world. I wonder what new friends I will meet, or what new stories I will create in this strange new land. So, that just happened. I mean, they turn to face you, but they don't do anything. Something to interact with there. Hello.
Apparently, Paper Mario is popular again for some reason, so Paper Chair is back, baby! What? Why are you screaming? No, this isn't a return to form. What are you talking about? I'm not a shadow. I am Paper. There's been a misunderstanding here, I think. Well, kid, I do not know what 2013 is, but this conversation is getting weird, so bye.
Very weird stuff happening. Vanessa is T-posing as well. I mean, at least the Snatcher or the Paper Chair is able to move still, but why is Vanessa here? Very weird.
Okay, chat. Where the hell am I? Last thing I know, I was eating my delicious bacon. And now I'm in this sort of bird island. No, chat, you don't understand. My bacon remains half-eaten.
People in chat, please say, good, because bacon is actually pretty bad for you.
What? No, it's not. I have only eaten bacon for the past 100 years. And look at me. My skincare routine is immaculate and full of smoke. Now, what do you think my skincare is? Chat? That's right. Bacon.
You're not sure who this chat person is, but they seem like a bad influence. That did not mean anything for the narrative. No one, except for the first person we talked to, mentioned anything about this tower. And why it's how it is. By the way, that's just Paper Chair outside. Let's enter. You can't go back after this. Yes, I can. Watch me. Damn it. Foiled again by the loading screen. Yeah, you could just walk straight in and you won't miss a thing. It's just some witty dialogue. Alright, Section 2, Segment 1. Don't fall off the sides, you will void out and take damage. Also, hello, door. And go behind the door. Never do that in here, by the way. Let's get into the lift. And you can see why I'm wearing the neon costume from Saturday night. Well, he took a lift into the lift. Where am I? What is going on? Who? What are you? You explain to the mysterious man who you are and how you're looking for answers to what is going on with the Bird Island franchise. Bird Island. Interesting. My name is Alan Wake. Yep. Dude who writes in a video game. I am the writer of Departure, if you've ever heard of it. Of course not, you're an alien kid in a simulation. Last thing I remember is... I think I trapped myself in an evil dimension to save my wife. Just gonna say right now, I've never actually played Alan Wake. It is on my Steam family share with a bunch of my mates, but it's a game I've yet to play. But I have heard the soundtrack. Woo! Yikes. It's hard to remember anything else. I think there was also something about darkness. Is it just me, or was this place really dark? It's coming back to me now. There's a presence. dark presence that wants to leak out into this universe. Represents itself as Mr. Scratch, a sort of dark alter ego of, well, me. This is bad. We need to get to the top floor. According to general story structure, there is no doubt he'd set up shop there. Speaking of story structure, I doubt going up there will be easy. While in the elevator, I noticed that you can only go up one floor at a time. Well, no time like the present. Let's go. Alright! Section 2 of level 2, but actually level 1, because we're still in the first level of the challenge road. And tell me that this music is not from Splatoon. It sounds like it's from Splatoon. Ah, yeah, there it is. There's a darkness portal. That's what's spreading this darkness around the place. Whacking it a few times should be enough to destroy it, thankfully. Oh, and there's a manuscript. As a contract, mate. They're pages from the stories I write, the ones that always come true. Sure, mate. Always be on the lookout for them. They can have useful information, and they also heal you to full health. Pretty nifty, aren't they? Now go. I don't want to stay around this place for long. Because, remember, only small children are able to jump. Also, we can skip this platforming segment completely by just wall climbing here. Easy. Let's climb up here and grab this. You just gotta jump on the... Okay, I don't know why that keeps happening randomly. Though I'm supposed to get, like, a descriptive blurb of basically what just happened in between floors. So I'll have to just put a screenshot. I'll have to clip in when I go through the level again. Because there's no other way I'm playing through this level faster to get the mod rift token / mod timepiece. Exiting the elevator, an oppressive darkness surrounded Hatkid. It was difficult to see anything ahead of her reach. Thankfully, her strange companion lent her his own flashlight to help. It wasn't going to light the whole room up, but it would do in a pinch. Straining to see beyond the reach of the flashlight, the room felt way bigger than it really is in its exterior. It was hard to confirm, but she felt small. A tiny speck of dust in the vast cosmos. It sent chills down her spine thinking about it. She composed herself once she cleaned up this floor of the darkness. The elevator would unlock, let both of them proceed to the next floor. After all, it was a little bit of darkness compared to someone like her. Well, that was a bit annoying. I had to do that. Just make this video longer for me, why don't you? Yeah, this takes a lot of abuse, but once you have raised it completely, we just slide on out to the next level. With nice groovy music and posing goodness. Alright, next level. Whee! Elevator intermission to the gloop floor. This is where we bump into the dark enemies. They can be slightly more stronger than normal enemies, and they are very hard to see. Ow. Yeah, so as it was mentioned by grabbing that page, it should have mentioned why we have like a bit of a flashlight going on. It's because that Alan Wake gave Hatkid his flashlight. That, of course, that wasn't elaborated on when I was, you know, grabbing the page the first time, because for some reason it just didn't trigger the text. I don't know why. Yeah, bully crows are your worst enemy, and I somehow homed into that one that was falling in the pit. After I got pushed, so I would have went into the pit anyway. Yeah, it is very easy to die in these levels. You do get very often checkpoints, like one per floor, but it's not exactly the best thing. Because, to be fair, if you do lose a life here, you might just want to restart. It's early enough. But you may want to save it for the next level, even though the next level does have a lot of places where you are invincible. Or at least don't void out and take damage. Exiting the elevator and squinting ahead, she could see a couple of figures. Probably the security system of this place, but they look off. From what she could see in the overbearing darkness, she says silhouettes of a standard fare of enemies, mafia goons and some birds, with the difference being lied in the fact they looked goopier. Like the darkness has been overtaking their entire form. Despite it, they spot her and they come crashing onto her. Yeah, we just experienced that. The manuscripts don't exactly tell the story as in it comes true, but more like it's narrating what we just did up to this point. So, technically they came true, but you know, that's neither here nor there. This one's a lot more tougher than most. Treat him like the final boss. He can be annoying when you're trying to whack the crap out of this in order to move on. So let's raise our metaphorical flagpole and slide on out. Pretty sure that's also from Splatoon. Splatoon 2. I'm pretty sure. Alright, this one's a little bit annoying. Springtime floor. We have springs. And then we have sentient enemy springs. Which is why the Luma is targeting it. Some of them will take more abuse than others. Unfortunately, I killed that guy over the floor, so he didn't turn into a spring, which I can use to actually make more progress. And they can overwhelm you by bouncing all over the place, and you can't physically whack them unless they're on the floor. And they will get faster, believe me. Use your flashlight to find out where exactly you've got to go, and then jump in that direction, and hopefully you'll make it. Alright, there's 3 of them here, and this could be a little bit hairy, but we can actually ignore these guys. I say as I get hit. They're way up here. And some of them are trying to follow me. That's actually disrespectful. If you try to hit them with the brewing hat, you would actually blow them up completely, that they will not spawn the trampoline when defeated. You can bounce them normally as well, but you don't really need to worry about that. So I'm just going to grab this real quick. With a swift swipe of her weapon, she cuts through the darkness within the new bouncer. After it bursts into light and stars, she notices something on the ground where the bouncers once stood. Obviously, letting you know that, yes, attacking them physically, not with the brewing hat, is how you do it. A platform with a spring affixed to its bottom. Again, with weird, different text, she's unsure how it appeared after its defeat, but she figures she could use it to aid her climb to the top. I don't know why it keeps changing font like that. But yeah, I just kind of ignore this one, and just start whacking this like crazy, and if he gets in the way, I hit him. If not, whatever. There we go. All good. I like how Alan Wake just joins us by doing that. Although I'd say the model looks a lot more like a basic Keanu Reeves than anything. The killing floor. Kill everything. Brewing hat is your friend here. As well as homing attacking. When not knocking an enemy into a pit. The music is getting more and more intense. Which I'm pretty sure is not Splatoon music. Doesn't really sound like it, but it fits the theme, but without like those squiddling noises. There we are. As I said, some of these enemies can take more abuse than usual, but sometimes if you can lure these guys, they will actually kill themselves like that if they fall into the pit. Thankfully, kill pits are actually a thing. Except for the fact that one didn't die. That's a problem. So I can see that line still. Is he in the rock? Uh-oh. I like how it... Oh no, the line is gone now. Okay, cool. I was getting worried there for a second. Does the game eventually kill them if they're down there? Because, like, another one's fallen down. And I didn't even see that one happen. This doesn't normally happen. Hang on. This is a problem. I was about to let go of my brewing hat. I've been soft-locked. That's not good. Why is it always me? Like, I didn't even realise that there was one over here. Oh, he finally died. Okay, cool. I'm guessing he was still falling, maybe. Or he was stuck in the wall and I made him wiggle out. Yeah, I'll grab that. There was something weird about the man that was guiding her through this tower. He constantly looks like a deer caught in the headlights. You're saying this about yourself, mate, if this is your manuscript. Unless your evil alter ego self, Mr. Scratch, is the one writing this. He constantly looks like a deer in the headlights, feverishly mumbling about where he is and how disorientated this place feels. I mean, anyone would say that when they can't see more than 10 feet in front of them. With a flashlight, cutting through the darkness. She sometimes catches him saying words like scratch, lost, and way back, among other themes. She tried to ignore it, but his dismal mood isn't helping at all. Didn't really tell us anything. Let's give this a few whacks and move on. And we slide on out to wee into the darkness we go. It's like he slides underneath the lift door that you can't see. It's kind of weird. Another loading screen. So we've gone through like 4 segments there. Still in level 1. But that's now the second loading screen. Also, get out of here, you. And also, I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but it's just towers. Like, this tower is just spewing darkness above. Also, do not enter this doorway from the back end. You can, but you'll void out, and you'll have to sit there for like a good 5 minutes before you actually do void out and respawn. It's not fun. Don't do that. The door shouldn't be openable from the other side, but it is. Vending machine. I don't believe there's actually anything in this room. Door? Whoa! Well, that's not creepy at all. Oh, hello. She's actually alive in the mirror, though. There's eyes next to her. Oh. I don't know what it is. There's also this person here who's sitting in front of the computer, but not in the mirror. Interesting. An ornate mirror sits close to the bathroom door. Staring into its reflection, you see yourself in this cozy hotel room. There's also something, or rather someone else in the mirror sitting on the couch, like a twin of sorts. It notices you and waves with a sly expression. You hear a whisper emanating from within the mirror. Hello there, chat. If you can understand me, chat, say poggers. It's backwards because it's in a mirror, but we can't get in. Well, that would just be the bathroom door, but yeah, it's interesting, that, isn't it? What about you, then?
Hello? Who are you, and how the heck did you get into my house?
The door was open?
I'm just joking with you. Hey, Hat Kid.
Oh, we had some customer voice acting there. That's pretty nifty. Also, you can actually see the room that they're modelling in the computer there. Also, we have 2 items. I mean, I have the money, so why not? Let's pick this up. Oh, too many ponds. Game don't like it. There we go. Most things don't cost that many ponds. Also, it's a mod item, so it's probably not liking it. Nice. And I can buy it again if I want. No prompt on displaying it. Or saying that I had a sticker. That's interesting. And I can buy it again for some reason. Yeah, this store's a bit buggy like the rest of the level. It's a bit weird. And it didn't even equip itself. Well, I want to keep space because I'm hilarious. So let's have a little look at this sticker, which I believe... Actually, I don't know where it is. Hang on. Where is it? There it is. I couldn't find it. Just a party streamer. For some reason, I was having big trouble on just playing that one emote. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's just keep you. Right. Oh, you don't have any more voice lines. Interesting. Sorry, kid. I don't have anything to sell that you need anymore. Thanks for asking, though. Hey, do you like this place? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Bit strange, kind of tacky, but it's kind of cozy in a way. And I can access the store again. Right, so that's just party streamers. Fair enough. Don't understand the reference, unfortunately. I'm a little bit out of the loop when it comes to PC memes. But janitor's assistant, it's a costume. Apparently. I will buy that. We even get the prompt for it, saying it is in fact a costume. Buy it again if I want to. Let's go have a look at that. I have many costumes. As I said, I have way more than my personal file. And yes, it doesn't show up in here. So that is it's not like a limit thing. It literally does not show up in here. I've gone through my entire menu here. Even though, and these two are in the menu. In fact, it's not. No, it is in here. So you can actually scroll this menu down, which is kind of cool. So your inventory doesn't have a maximum. But yeah, it's in here, but I can't select it. For some reason, it's a key item, which these are. But again, Bat Queen, I can show you here that we do in fact have Bat Queen. If I scroll down this menu here real quick, that's Bleeding Edge. It's a bit further down, I believe. There we are, Bat Queen, Slime Monster, and that additional starry... Well, I already had the starry dye because it's actually from the DLC here. Milky Way, that's what it's called. Milky Way. But for some reason, another mod had it inside the mod, so that's why it's in my inventory. But you can see that from the Halloween mod level in Mafia Town, even though they're in here, and like the Pikmin 2 Awakening Wood dyes that were also in here before, which I've now uninstalled because I was never going to use them. Janitor's Assistant is in here as well, but it doesn't work. Like, you can't wear it. You buy it, but it's there, and the sticker is just a duplicate of the party streamer noise. It's very strange, and that's literally all that we can do in here. Developer message here. Oh no, that's Gears for Breakfast, Elegant Saria. And you can see that I emoted right next to her. And annoyingly enough, in order to continue the level, you kind of have to feel around for the door. Seriously? Oh, and by the way, this isn't just any ordinary darkness. This is advanced darkness. Because even the sun cannot light the way. Where is this fucking door? Actually, that explosion helped. There it is! Okay, so the sun does help a little bit. But that's literally all that's on this floor. And you have a sticker that works, but doesn't alert you that you actually bought it. But then you have a costume that does alert you that you have it, but you can't wear it. It's, again, just like at the beginning of the level where I think glitches are intended, I think that it's supposed to be something you're supposed to be able to wear, but not actually. So if you do want to revisit the store, you have to play the level up to this point. But guess what? That was the third segment of the level. Let's go to the fourth! Because we're not done yet, apparently. We still need to continue climbing this tower. So we got a freebie. Right, let's continue. The game has to remind us that we still have only 3 lives. Because we're still in the challenge road. Told you this would take a while. Right, uh-oh floor. Just run. Ignore everything. You can easily platform your way through this one. Just be careful of other enemies alongside the springs. Make our way up here. There's a full recovery here if you need it. Hatkid kept thinking, recollecting previous adventures on birds on an island. I could not read that for a second. It was all fuzzy, but there were some things she recognised on that strange floor. Something about the back rooms and a save file. Bits and pieces of various events. A time machine. Someone being fond of consuming a concerning amount of sand. Someone who looks like an older her, but with sunglasses for some reason. Tetraminos? It's all a difficult jumble, but she shoves us thoughts aside, so there's more work that needs to be done. Basically giving you an overview of what all the other Bird Island levels are, which have nothing to do with what's happening here. It's just like a weird meta corruption sort of deal. Also, I got really unlucky there with them bouncing on top of me there, but you need to navigate past these dark mounds of spiky balls to reach the circular non-spiky one in order to continue whacking it. If you touch those spiky ones, you will get hit by taking contact damage and get flung away. So I had to dash through there because those springs take a lot of abuse and you can only hit them if they're on the floor. Unless you get really lucky with like a one of these jump and throw situation. I need more health. This is a bit scary. Ribcage floor. Okay, so this is another combat floor, but Brewing Hat is your friend. Make your way to the middle. It's called Ribcage floor because this area is very, well, ribcagey is the only way I can put it. It zigzags up and down with a bunch of straights. That's really all you need to know for the first segment of this segment. In the 4th segment of this level. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's an absolute mess. on how many... It's a section of a segment of a section. Like, I don't know how else to word it. You know what I mean. Whoa! What happened there? I didn't even see him. Also, this guy's a bit stuck, so I'll just blow him up. Thankfully, we don't need to worry about these That's another thing. The enemies that are springs that you need to defeat in order to spawn a spring that you can bounce on to get higher, those springs will respawn. If they're tied to events like this where you have to kill everything, they will not respawn. And again, like the brewing hat can only home into them when they're on the floor. This is like 4, 5 brewing hats. 5 brewing hat throws in order to knock out a single mafia. Now we can move on. Full heal, I definitely need that. Scratch stands amongst the state-of-the-art surveillance system of the tower. Bathed in the searing glow of his monitors, he observes a feed from a well-hidden camera of the elevator that Hatkid and Alan used to slowly climb through the floors. Humming a little tune, he starts thinking about how he would introduce himself, how he would break the news, and what he would do after. Yes, it was genius. Scratch sits down and laughs to himself. This would be fun. Except for those making YouTube videos. You might want to mute the game, which I will have to pause in order to do so, because I'm going to have to replace the music, unfortunately. Because it's a 13-minute song, where if you know where I'm going with this, as well as our surroundings being as they are, also a load of crows here, so I'm kind of just jumping, home attacking, tossing brewing potions as I'm going, in order to stay alive there, on this big kind of battlefield, sort of polygonal area. Yeah, if you know what's coming up, I'm going to have to unfortunately mute that and edit in a remix, which I want to say right now, Nick the Fox, who makes a bunch of sequences of remixes from sound fonts from the NES, Super Nintendo, what have you, please check out his channel for awesome 8-bit chiptune remixes. And maybe if you're lucky, it'll be 16-bit as well. Maybe even N64. Who knows? But this one in particular is a Super Nintendo mashup of different sound fonts to replicate the sound of a 13-minute song that is quite thematic of this level so far. Could you just die, please? There is a bully there. I don't want to get hit by him. Alright, cool. Get bombed. Now, the crows are not necessary to move on, but obviously just kill them if you bump into them, because they could be annoying. Shit. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? Excuse me, what? I got hit from full damage into the pit, but not the pit itself. I must have landed in like one spot where the kill plane weren't programmed properly, and then I walked into the kill plane and it killed me. What? That's new. Once we have knocked out all the enemies that are connected, there's still one line, so I missed one. That cage for that spring will open up, and this was the block that we started on. Wait, when? Hang on. Oh, not again. You didn't do it again, did you? There's not another out-of-bounds enemy. Like, I wasn't even... Oh, you're kidding me. He's in the wall again. Are you kidding? That's not fair. Okay, I don't normally have enemies go in the wall. This is clearly not an intended glitch. It's, for some reason, happening quite a lot during this particular recording, and that's very annoying. Okay, he finally died. Thank God for that. It's nice that the game does realise that he's not able to be killed. So, it seems to only do that, though, when I've reloaded from a by voiding out myself. At least it corrected itself. Alright, moving on. So what is this scratch going to do when we get up to the top? We're still going! And this, I believe, is the final room, and this is not the best one. We've got some bully crows here that we want to be careful with. They're waiting on the edges of these platforms. I did not hit him with my brewing hat. Interesting. How often I miss like that? Who is he? There he is. Did I get him that time? I got him that time. Right, hop up here, then skip everything else and just come up this way. And then ignore all the enemies here. And I just want to climb on top of here, because we got to do some home attacking onto some spiders. But what you want to do is not do that, apparently. For some reason, the home attack didn't want to go off there. The springs can reach you up here, so you want to be quick and start home attacking, but do not hold forward all the time, because you will jump into them. And this one's also a dickish one, because you're going to have to climb up, not move, and swing in order to not get hit by that spider. But now we are I was about to say we are safe from the springs. I forgot the spiders respawn. So that was a mistake. But if I were to continue, the springs wouldn't have been able to reach me, which was the main issue there. That's fine. It just gives me a full recovery to deal with this. I don't think that hit. That one did. Thankfully, the Luma can actually show you where the enemies are. So once again, going in challenge road order, having the Luma is actually kind of useful. I want sprint happiness. I just wanted to slow mo there to be absolutely sure what I wanted. Let's climb up here real quick. Double jump. There we go. Alright, we're good. Right, hang on. Double jump. Lunge, cancel. Jump. Home attack. There we go. Alright, we got... Oh, what? That didn't give me it either! Why? Let me clip it in when I go through again. One of the denizens outside mentions that this is Adida's house, despite how imposing it may be, oozing with darkness and how non-elucidian it is on the inside. It's strange. What kind of person would make this tower their house, where in order to get into your own room you have to complete multiple dangerous challenges every time you got to go out and do your errands? Although the person seemingly residing in the oldest house top floor seems comfortable, even thriving, living in it, Hatkid ponders, maybe the residents who make this tower their home are just plain weird. Yeah, that wasn't that much of an interesting page, to be fair. I don't know why that keeps happening, that is very annoying. Just make sure you are higher than the spiders and then move towards the white line. That's what makes them show up for their hitbox to actually make sense. You could home attack through those, or you can jump around. Honestly, I jump around, but it works no matter what. Once you get past the frantic middle, in order to start home attacking across the spiders, it's pretty simple. As long as you know where the spiders will be in order to home attack them. Double jump, then move a bit forward once you home attack. Do your double jump first before moving forward. But we have made it to the final segment. I think I said final last time. I meant semi-final. Because what you want to do here is just bob and weave through this. And get out of this area. Because the first part is a scramble with these springs. But this is the one spring that we actually do want to fight. I need to get hit him about 2 to 3 times. There we go. And then use this one use spring to get up here. And I need to use one more spring to get up. Thankfully, they're moving slow enough that I can actually time my movements. He intercepted. That was bad. Let's get up here. And knock out every Mafia you see. They are the key to beating this particular floor. If you miss one, it's going to cause problems for you. Unfortunately, that spring got knocked over the edge, so I have to wait for him to respawn and take him out again. Again, the springs are probably the worst enemies to deal with in this level. Sometimes they spawn 2, I guess as a backup thing. There's a couple of lines further back, actually. I'm going to leave that contract for a second. I think I forgot to come over this way. Wait, where were those lines? Ah. This direction. Where are they? They over here? Ah, they're over here! Yes. These are easily missable. And I've done this many a time before. Thankfully, I noticed the lines before going up this time, so I kind of remedied the situation there. Right, I'm going to go back to the brewing hat. That's not the brewing hat, that one. Maybe I shouldn't have had two bunny hat styles going on. Flares, you know. Because it's causing a little bit of havoc, but I'll take this now. She could feel it. Her tense companion as well. They were close to the top where Adidas resides. Adidas? Really? But they also felt another presence. A being cloaked in darkness. Alan dreads the growing possibility of this scratch being here as well. In his mumblings in the earlier floors, Hatkid remembers hearing him say that he is the Herald of Darkness. That's the remix I am going to be editing into the video. A feeling of dread washes over the two. So, if you weren't aware, be aware. I wouldn't be pointing it out so much and ruining the surprise if it wasn't a problem with, you know, video creation. Did I just salvage that? I did, wow. It's only because that it's a 30-minute song with lyrics, it's just like, I'm not too sure. If it's not matched with the game that it's from, it may be a problem. It's not like I'll give you my all, or from Payday, or, like, Crash 40. Songs with lyrics are a bit more dubious because they're made by actual bands, you see. Crash 40 are normally okay with it, because they know. Right. Home attack you. Home attack you. Double jump. Home attack you. Double jump. And shoot a bomb. Shoot another bomb. Shoot another bomb. There we go, we're good. That's a bit hairy, because there's so many bullies there. Once, they should be the last knockouts that you need in order to get up here, walk through the middle of these, thread the needle, and we're good. Alright. I decided to pause during that intermission in order to turn off the in-game music, so that shouldn't be a problem for us. Ah yes, Hatkid. Welcome to my sanctum. You too, Alan. Don't be shy now. That's it, Scratch! You know what this kid is capable of, so leave this world alone already. We have an A-plot to go back to. You might be right, Alan. There's one thing you're forgetting. We aren't the real Wake and Scratch. Look at yourself. You've been A-posing for half an hour now. And what's that model ripped from? Fortnite? What is Fortnite? Doesn't matter, Alan. Nothing does. But what doesn't mean is that we cannot fulfill our rules nonetheless. But wait, if nothing matters, then why are you... Life is about enjoyment, Alan. It's the best we can do right now for ourselves to continue our rivalry. But that doesn't make any... Oh, Alan, so naive. You see, you both will. I'll let the manuscript do the rest of the talking for me. Good luck, Hatkid. Oh, ominous. I better change to my bunny hood for this. I'm going to need the extra speed. Oh. The manuscript seems to be entirely blank, though there are two words cruelly handwritten in the middle of the page. We sing. You're not going to hear singing unless you play... it's playing anyway. I muted in-game music. I'm just going to pause it right now before it continues, because it does actually pause the music. I did this in between a black screen transition, right? Music volume is off! Why am I still hearing the music? I guess we're not having sound effects. Might as well put this back up to what I had it. That was pointless. God damn it. So you got a little snippet. I'm going to hear it. You're not. I'm going to have to put in a remix because it doesn't even matter, apparently. And you can see that this is just memes. But it is epic for when you're playing this level yourself. But I've tried to choose a fitting remix of the same tune to try and keep it the same. And I'll loop the same parts of the sound to make sure it matches what we're experiencing. But if you want to hear the full tune, please check it in the card at the top or in the description below. Kid, listen to me. I don't have much time. The chorus is about to start. If you need to get rid of all the remaining darkness portals to free us, I'm sorry I won't be able to help you. The call of the song is too much. Must fulfill narrative. I'm sorry. So, we need to take out the rest of those dark balls that are smooth, like these ones, in order to continue. But these ones take a lot more abuse, so just keep swinging. There's not actually that much of a time limit, to be fair. They will loop certain parts of the music in order to... until it starts at a certain point. I wish I could actually have this playing, but I don't think it's a good idea. The only one that I left, like, copyright music in for was the stuff from the 2024 and 23 live summer events, because they were officially chosen by Gears for Breakfast, but they are not always YouTube friendly. Let's move on. Keep dodging these spiky balls. There's a cannon there, but it's spiked up. Maybe that'll be our ticket out of here. There are springs hiding in the darkness here. Use one of them to get up here and smack the crap out of this one. We've got to make a full lap around this bouncing Alan Wake / Scratchy boy. Keep hitting this thing. There we go. That spring's got stuck. Screw him. Thankfully, the darkness does not hurt us in terms of touching it, as long as it's just puddles on the floor. This one's covered in birds, so I just need to knock them out. I will admit that the next piece of lyrics do not seem to play until you knock out the next dark ball, but other than that, and my brother Master Aaron made a very good comparison actually with this. It's like Uki's Matter in Kingdom Hearts 1. You gotta take out the dark globs in order to beat the boss. That's effectively what we gotta do here. We just don't know how much abuse they take. I'm getting pushed. But you may notice, we're invincible during this section. This is phase 1. It's only the final phase that will be weak. And there we are. We have activated all of the globs in order to move on and free that cannon. Let's hop over this way and make our way back round. The level is getting brighter the more we take them out, which makes sense. But we're also getting a lot of, you know, Alan Wake propaganda. Whee! Who you doing? I saw that. Alistair. TV? What does that mean? Now, would you believe that this is like the second to last minute of the entire song? And it's like smooth jazz. Yeah, this is kind of weird. He's kind of like just jiving in a smooth jazz sort of thing. But this part of the music, it's the same song. It's insane. I love it. It swings. I implore you, if you haven't heard Herald of Darkness, give it a listen. Oh, there's the cannon. That's our way out. Unfortunately, that is the end of that segment. Now we are now on the final phase. Get ready to run and dodge like your life depends on it. You're no longer invincible for whatever reason. It doesn't even tell you that. Just dodge everything. Because there are rockets too. Just do circle strafing. There's also timepieces, so they will cause waves that will damage you like against Moustache Girl. And you will not be able to see those waves very well. There was just one right there. I ran for it before it hit me. There's springs, there's rockets, there's everything. Do not bother home attacking. You could get hit by a stray rocket. I tried to jump over that, that's worrying. But the last part of this song is only 58 seconds long. It's not even a minute. So as long as you can survive that, as soon as the game goes slow-mo, you are good. What an epic finale for such randomness that makes no sense. And we're not even at halfway through the challenge road yet. And now I'm T-posing to assert my dominance, apparently. Why am I also wearing my brewing hat? I had my sprint hat on. Weird. So, what did you think? That was cool, I guess. So, like, you doing anything later? What? Hey, yo, Scratch, what's up? Adidas? What are you doing here? Adidas? I don't know how you pronounce it. Dude, this is literally my house. I told you could crash it for over a week or two. You done pranking that rider yet? Wait, pranking? Yeah, Alan, I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't think you'd fall for it. Like, what even is a fortnight? So, I'm not a digital clone? Yeah, no, that was just an elaborate prank to get you to perform Herald of Darkness with you. Wait, why me? So, anyway, while those two losers are catching up, how have you been? It's been so long. Like how our kid's still actually aware. Look at her eyes! She's blinking, she's looking around. She may be T-posing like everybody else, but she's still, like, aware of the situation. She's living in the moment. Oh, Scratch? Yeah, he's just my weird cousin. I don't know how he gets his gamer goop everywhere. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. I just got a timepiece from the shop, but I'm not really that hungry right now. You can have it if you want. I know you love those things. Aren't you supposed to be the adult version of me? Anyway, yeah, I have to evict that pony person now. See you next time. That's not... This isn't their house? Well, at least I gave them money to find a new place. That was a trip. And it's not over yet, because if you forgot from that amazing finale, unfortunately, we have another level to play. And, just like before, it keeps going.
Welcome, kid. Nice of you to drop by Oyster from Lift 2 again. I have to justify copy and pasting my mulligan, so this time, it's going to be very different.
I'm going to need to turn this dude up.
You see, the Rift is now crowded with different hat characters. It's your choice to be either nice or naughty to them, so depending on how nice or naughty you are, you'll be rewarded accordingly.
Fair enough.
I would make a joke here, but I'm too lazy to come up with anything, so go have fun.
I'm going to choose to be nice because the ending doesn't really change, so it won't justify needing to play the level twice. But it's kind of funny if I do it nice, because the dialogue kind of doesn't make sense. Make sure you have no-bonk equipped, because we got to do some no-bonk surfing. If you don't remember how to do it, don't worry. You do not lose health of avoiding out. So if you're like on your final hit, on your final life of this challenge road, as long as you don't actually take full damage or get hit by some enemy, you're fine. If you don't remember how to do no-bonk sliding, then you basically lunge into sloped platforms with no bonk, and at certain angles, you will just slide. Screw gravity! Until you know, have that momentum slide. What does this do? Oh, well, shit. Rip Maxwell. Maxwell? Wasn't it the name of the well from the previous mod? Interesting, they kind of connected. Also, the music. Can we change that? What song would you like to play? What's the naughty song? You decided to play a weird, silly, and terrible song that's memey and obnoxious. Now playing Don't Forget Me from Xenoblade Chronicles. You gain 5 points of niceness for the meme. Yep. I think this fits. Don't forget me. I don't want to kick you off. I don't actually know what that square is, but it says Saria mode, which is a, you know, a joke for the Hat in Time Discord and community leader. So maybe she knows what that's about. I don't know how to get to that without cheating. Darling, darling, tell me, rock or EDM, which music genre do you prefer? Rock. Disappointed! Wrong taste music, apparently. 1 point of naughtiness. You can't penalise me for having my opinion, rude.
Hello, miss. Can I get a head pat, please?
Yeah, sure. You gave the seal a nice head pat. He's really enjoying it.
Thank you, miss. You're so nice.
Head pats! Oh my god. Alright, enough of that. Let's see what else we can do. What happens if we play a nice song? You decide to play a calm, soothing song just about every nice kid should enjoy. Now playing the Combat Observatory from Mario Galaxy. I'll probably change that before we continue on because I don't want to be playing it for too long. What are you doing over here, buddy? Oh, he's wearing a hat. But I don't want to touch you. You might fall.
How could you? You will pay for this.
Oh dear. I did not mean to do that. Well, now I'm screwed. I guess I'm not getting freaking nice points. Yeah, I'm most definitely changing this back to the original because that's a problem. I wasn't aiming to do that. I was like, I passed up on that in my practice run of this on my personal file to get the trophy, and it was like, I don't want to touch him, but at the same time, he's the unique character of the level, so I didn't realise he would act like a mafia, but now he's not going to be happy, so that will actually make a lot of sense. Oh well, I guess I'll have to roll with it. I just gave my reasonings as to why I was going to go nice, but it doesn't matter now. Nothing will matter. I'll give you a warm hug. 3 points of niceness. This isn't going to make a difference. Hey there, lassie. Tell me, do you have a preference in music? Like rock or EDM? I mean, you hate DJ Grooves, and he hated rock, so I'm guessing you like rock. Because I like rock. Loud, noisy drivel. They both have the same taste in music. Okay, then. I guess I am wrong. Yeah, I'm not hitting you guys. I'm moving on. Especially, here's the thing. You don't even know what characters would do. So, when I was going through here with only 1 life and 1 hit point left, I didn't know if anyone was going to be bad, so I kind of avoided everything. I'm not even going to lie to you. Also, avoiding stuff is kind of a good thing here, because you can actually skip some of the sliding here by just timing a double jump lunge cancel to hookshot these hooks without needing to even do any sliding here. Pretty nifty. Hello, kid. How are things going? What's that? You want to be nice to me? But I'm just relaxing here. I'm afraid there isn't much you can do. Ah, I've got an idea. Yeet! Jesus! Oh no, clumsy me. I accidentally dropped my instrument down there. That is terrible. Down where? It's a bottomless pit! Maybe you can go down there and get my instrument back? Suddenly there's geometry. That weren't down there before. Again, you can take full damage, so be careful. Also, this is our new checkpoint even before I fell down here. You picked up the cello. Knowing that you picked up the cello, you know the explosion was just a dramatic effect, but it's still surprising to see the cello in one piece. Right, let's make our way back up. Slide it and bring it around town. Would be nice for some health, though, I will be honest with you. There's a hook that's a bit out of reach there, but we get a nice long swing out of that. Let's return the instrument. I wonder if we could keep... Is it in my inventory? I'm just curious. It's not. Okay, cool. Thank you, kid. I really wouldn't know what to do if you didn't help me get this instrument back. You helped the Express Owl, I think. You gained 0.001 point of niceness. Rude. Okay, fine. You worked hard for it. 4 points. Not gonna make a difference. Unfortunately.
Hey, kid, can you give me a hand? I'd like you to kick this mafia off, but I don't want to get a lump of coal for Christmas, so could you do it for me instead?
And you see why I mentioned December decisions. Mafia murder, 1 point of naughtiness.
Nice job, kid. That's one less I saw in this rift.
Gained 1 point of niceness, which just about evens out kicking the mafia off. And nothing of value was lost. So, we meet again! As you can see, I'm still a jar, so my latest plan to steal money by sneaking into a slot machine didn't exactly go so well. After failing so many times to get enough money to buy a new body, I think it might be time to swallow my pride and try something I don't usually do. So, kid with the hat, can you please give me some money? I mean, only 20. I've got plenty of money. Do you want 200? I've got nothing to do with these. People don't seem to put stuff in the shops. Except for what we just experienced last mod, but they're a little bit on the buggy side, so I don't know. Thank you for your generous donation, kid with the hat. I will remember this act of kindness. Received Mafia's Jar's gratitude, or 3 point of niceness.
Hi!
You told the Nomad they look really nice today, and they seem flattered. Why, thank you. Surprise, surprise! You get nice points for saying nice things. 1 point of niceness. Moving on. Oh, boy. Okay, he's being rude. You killed the pushy crow in cold blood. 1 point of niceness. We get rewarded for that because he tried to kill us. So, we beat him to the draw. Even though knocking us into the pit like that wouldn't have affected our health, not a problem. Let's bring it up and slide across. Oh dear, he's not going to be happy with us, is he?
Alright, kid. This is the end of the rift. Let's see if you're naughty and nice.
I don't think you need to say that. I think we both know the answer to this one.
Yes, I see. Oh, how unfortunate. Looks like you're a naughty kid. I guess it's a lamp of coal for you then. But since I don't have a lamp of coal and I'm feeling nice, you could just take this timepiece instead. Stay tuned for Project H, and thank you for playing.
Yeah, so even if you were nice, he would be very unsuspecting because you just did it to get a reward.
Stay tuned for Project H.
So he says the same thing.
Ha! You thought that was it. Oh, no. Let's be real here. You are most likely a naughty person. The chances that you are not is negligible anyway. Brace yourself, because I'm taking you to the real map.
So yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. 2.5 was just the start. Now we're at 2.5 plus. Act 42, Absolute Garbage 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Hit it! Buckle your pants, buckle your pants. Pull up your socks and dance. Buckle your pants, buckle your pants.
What the heck is this meme? Never heard this until this very game. Guess I'm getting a bit out of the loop. Hello, mod creator Jewel Freezor here. I'm the one who made all the changes to Ice Surfing Rift 2, as well as making this. This map is a sequel to a secret level in one of my previous mods, the mod Jam Parable. Don't worry though, you don't need any context for this. The sequel is more in spirit instead of lore. So, first we had a modified Ice Rift Surfing 2 with the naughty and nice mechanic, somewhat, from December Decisions, but it doesn't change the outcome. And then there's a secret second level within the level that is required to beat the level, which is a sequel to a secret level from another mod, but you don't need to play the previous mod in order to actually understand what the hell was happening, because it's memes and trolls. Case in point, Invisible Coin Block.
You're a lot of fun to watch, isn't he, guys? Yeah.
And you get taunted every time you fall, but thankfully you do not lose health upon voiding out. So, don't worry about falling. Just keep going. Oh no! How the hell do we get past this freak of nature? You don't. You just do. You don't try, you do. So let's just continue making our way across. Aha! Hey, wait up, kid! You can't just pass me like that! I'm supposed to stop you from making progress, and you jump past me like it's nothing! No fair. Do it again. This time I've got the power of spin! Sure. How? How? I'm not even spinning fast enough? No fair. Do it yet again. Now I must use my full power of spin! How about we just don't with that? It actually slowed down the text box. What? You can't do this to me! One more time! That does it! Time to activate spin! Overdrive! No, I must go further beyond! Oh, well, I guess that's a
Goodness gracious.
sequenced fail that we can't avoid, unfortunately. Alright, don't know why I took off the time stop hat here, because now this platforming segment is actually quite difficult. We've got precision platforming, and we can't just stand and be safe unless we're on these circles, but even so, we still need to kind of jump with it, and I'm kind of struggling to do that. So I need to just wait until the Pac-Man wedge is available to jump through, and then I can renew my time stop hat. Probably not there, because that was a bad place. I couldn't see what I was doing. I couldn't move there for a second as well. When it keeps saying buckle your pants, they sound like chickens.
Good try, but try gooder.
Try gooder? Yeah, thanks. Oh my lord! Ah!
Okay, that was pretty funny.
Sure. I mean, content, right? At least if I'm struggling enough, because I don't take full damage or void out damage, I can eventually cut this out if it's taking me a bit too long. Because the only reason why I have to actually show everything is just because... Oh, I shouldn't have jumped there, god damn it. You get what I mean, like, I don't like cutting stuff out in challenge roads, because taking damage off screen does matter if you run out of heart ponds to heal with. Right, let's actually focus here. I still missed the platform! Okay, what am I doing here? Sure. Right. Yeah, I was just going to go straight for the wheel here. Yeah, I want to skip this one and then go straight to the next one. And there we are, we're clear now. That was annoying. Thankfully, I can see my drop shadow. I was about to say I'm going to start cutting now, as I was mentioning it. Massive aviator there. Spinning bow kid head. Actually, is that low poly bow kid head? It is, because of the eyes. Ultra charge! Pretty much what the fan was doing.
Hey, kid. I got a little secret. You want to hear it? It's about a little cheat you can form on this spot right in front of me. Here's what you do. You press up, up, down, down, left, right. Hang on a minute. If you're able to perform a moon jump, then you'll be able to skip most of this level. It only works in front of me, though, because I got magic powers. Why you look at me like I'm suspicious? Just try it. It totally works.
Excuse me. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Because we're in a challenge road. I don't need unnecessary damage. Ah, right. Now, when you get to segments of the level like this, you will meet a purple crow. And you will have to talk to them in order to make progress. But this is basically choose your own challenge. But don't always pick the easy option. You will be punished.
Hello, fellow gamer. As you can see, I am also a gamer. I do much gaming.
That got Hat Kid's attention.
From one gamer to another, what is your least favorite type of platforms?
Baby platforms, please.
I see. The most basic type of platforms can sometimes pose the biggest challenge. How can I not see that? I am certainly not putting these platforms on the road ahead.
A stairway to victory! We tricked the guy. Sometimes being a troll yourself pays off. But you didn't hear that from me. But we don't want to give ourselves away, because that'll be a problem. So now we know that that guy over there is a troll. Even though I didn't mean to kick him off, he would have done it anyway if we didn't, because I didn't in my practice. We need to figure out how to get toward him. This bloody song, though. Like, it's clearly a meme song. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Boss fight, though, probably not. So, you know the drill. You have a cherry bomb. You have a dweller to activate it. You toss it at ice. You're fine, right? Wrong! Some of the floor are mistakenly made as ice, so you can't tell. So, this is a bit of a mess. A dweller maze, where we cannot approach the sides at all in order to get this cherry through. Also, have you noticed, I haven't really picked up any heart ponds, but I'm back to full health. Entering this particular heart, second level within the level, when you beat the first level, being no ice rift, fully heals you, which is very nice. Now, if you do need a checkpoint, it's not unfair. You can activate a dweller, jump on this platform, chuck it at this ice wall to destroy it. Unfortunately, it gets rid of the floor here as well. These switches that we've just uncovered will respawn the cherry, but we do need to spawn back up here to respawn the floor down below. Then you can jump down, grab some heart ponds if you need, because remember the cherry bomb blast can hurt you. And then you can hit the button that you did reveal, because the ice doesn't regenerate, in order to spawn the cherry here. So it's always good to actually take the checkpoints. It's a little bit annoying that you have to make your way back to it, but it's just, you know, being a bit annoying that way. But it's not being unfair. Right, so we should move in this direction. No, hang on. There's more room on this side. More often than not, I do actually trigger one of them there, but you can still make it to here without issues. So let's trigger you, toss that here. And ironically enough, you can jump on the button to respawn the cherry, but we still need to respawn the floor. We can't do anything.
Coming together like butt cheeks.
Indeed. You could say that this game is ass, if that's the case. Right, let's get our cherry once again, and let's just mosey on over here, which is pretty simple. You've got 2 ice walls closing in, and you've also got a little spinner. As long as you move roughly around now and just go straight, toss it in mid-jump, you'll be able to salvage yourself. And even if you get rid of the wall and the floor and you do fall, you can literally just respawn the floor when you respawn and then just run straight through. The walls do not respawn, which is very nice. Did I take a hit from that bomb? No, I didn't. Only real saw blades make sound. Fake saw blades spin slightly slower. As you can see with this one, if I turn the camera near it, it makes sound, and if you look at both of them, it's spinning faster. So it is actually teaching you how this segment works without being a dick about it. However, the next segment is kind of being a dick about it. Sound. Sound. No sound. Do not pay attention to the sound giving graphic. That is a lie. Because you can see here, that hurt me.
It's science.
So what is 100% safe is if they're moving slower and they give no sound. I believe it's this one. No, it's not. Thankfully, I just got saved by that. So it's the middle one. As you can see, this middle one is spinning slower. So that is the safe one. Why did you not grab the side there, Hat Kid? Well, that was a bit silly. Right, let's try it again. Alright, so you may think it's this one. Unfortunately, it's spinning just as fast as a couple of others. This one's not making any noise, despite the graphic. So that's the safe one. But an invisible coin block once again! So now that you know that that one is an invisible coin block, you just know that you can't touch them. Now, another thing about these invisible coin blocks, actually, if you were to try and jump on top of them... I hit it again, which does actually send you down quite a bit. If you try to land on them, they break apart. So you can't use invisible coin blocks on the second go-round as a additional block to try and skip what it stopped you from doing in the first place. And if you try to jump where you were again, so I'm just going to jump straight up here, there we are, it respawns. So just completely avoid them and don't bother jumping on them again. Alright, this is safe. They're summoning altar. What would you like to summon? Something cursed. Now, I never actually interacted with this, but since I got full health, I'm gonna. Oh. I think you just murdered the well. Oh well, you don't earn any naughty points here, so who cares? I mean... something silly. Oh no, what have we summoned? Greetings, kid with the hat! Hey kid, I just wanted to drop by and say that you may not remember, but you actually in fact owe me $60, man. Remember a couple months back, you and I were walking around the local Games R Us, and you saw this A Corgi in Time game, and you really wanted to buy. You were like, oh sorry bro, I don't have any money. Can I borrow yours to buy this game? I mean, I texted you a few times in the past, and you always say you'll pay me back soon, but you always forget again, and man, it's getting more and more awkward to bring this up, but I needed the money, so I could really get back. Just remember to pay me back, yeah? Oh, also remember to subscribe to me on Bluetooth. My channel name is called The Real Mafia Boss Jar. It really helps out a lot, and means a lot to me if you could do that. Yes, alright, and that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day, kid. Thanks, bye. Wait, Is this the same mafia boss you know? You feel like you don't even know that jar, let alone owe him $60. Maybe he's from an alternate universe. You know, considering timey-wimey shenanigans and the fact that we're in a time rift, that wouldn't surprise me. I can actually resummon him? What's the cool thing? What happens if I resummon him, actually? I don't think I've ever done that. Cool. Can't interact with it. Thankfully, the Empress will not kill us by smacking her. Something silly again. So what happens if I summon him again? I don't think I ever actually did that. Or did it just redo the same cutscene? Yeah, it's the same cutscene. Okay, fair enough. Get flushed away, mate. Don't need you. It's weird how that's repeatable. Oh god, it's him.
We meet again, fellow gamers. For purely casual reasons, what type of bouncing object do you hate the most?
Easy giant trampolines.
Ah, I see. Even the most flawless gamer can falter in the face of seemingly basic platforming. Worry not. We will make sure you will see no such thing. For sure.
Yeah, he's asking me what I'm most afraid of. So he's not going to put them there because he wants to put in the way what we are most afraid of. But we're double punning him by telling him what we want to have to get an easier time through. Because if I said that I had, like, momentum platforms like before, that would, you know, give me a lot of momentum-based platforming that I need to do, which I'm not a fan of. Because I can never get those right. But, oh my god, that DJ Cruz is having a moment.
Hey, kiddo, I'm not just your regular snatcher. I'm in fact a wacky, inflatable, waving arm flailing snatcher. I don't flail my arms, though. Don't believe me? Well, there's a plug on the back of my head. Unplug it, and I'll show you what I mean.
Sure. How convenient that there's just this that just pops out of the ground that we can just precariously walk up in order to unplug him. Haha! Deflated. Just like your ego, mate. But
You see, kiddo? I'm not lying, but I suppose Fletcher is more of a fitting, more appropriate name for me.
And ironically enough, that is required because he acts as a little balloon for us to continue onwards. So we can do double jump lunge cancels in order to get across. We can actually see where we were going through that dweller maze over there. Slowly making our way across. There was the start all the way back over there. And the ending is right up there. Near that guy. Stretching. Use this button to reset essential ice blocks. Not all ice blocks should be destroyed. Some are needed for you to advance forward. Yeah, so as you can see, the middle column kind of acquired. And just keep in mind that with a single normal jump, it's kind of hard to get across, because you can only do single jumps when you're holding a cherry. So what you'll need to do is selectively blow up certain blocks in order to get across. If you break a block that you need to keep, you have to do the whole thing again. Right, so we've got plenty of time with this, thankfully. That is not what I wanted to do, but I might be able to work with that. Oh no, that gets rid of the whole segment. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Let me reset it. Hello there.
Greetings, small child. I am Commander Jar Jar from Splatoon, not to be confused with Jar Jar Binks. Would you like me to make this section of the level easier?
Sure, why not? I'm in a challenge, right? I'll take anything.
Are you sure? It's perfectly beatable without my help.
I mean, it's not like you're being suspicious or anything. This literally spawned after my first fail. It's not like someone is just saying, oh, you can moon jump and skip everything. I already have hats that I'm not locked away from using can do that. And I'm not using them because I'm being fair. So, sure.
I see. Then I should get to work. Commencing airstrike.
The copters are... Oh, there he goes! Kind of like what happened when I shot down the helicopter in Shadow Man.
Alright, I believe my work is done. Time to make a dramatic exit. Geronimo!
Someone tells you the Commander Jar Jar from Splatoon didn't quite stick the landing there. I'm more concerned about everything laced with explosives on a constant basis. Make sure you hit this button to reset with the cherry, not this button, because you don't really want to restart things now. So, what we got to do is toss that over there and make our way across ourselves. Then we want to make our way past this ice column, which is the one that I have the most trouble with, ironically enough. So I do actually need the freebie. Break that one! And then we've got to get another one. So let's just make our way back real quick. Nope, I thought I actually made it across. It's quite hard to see, to be fair. Let's get a new one. Now, I believe actually hitting the fans of this will, get rid of that, which is not what I wanted to do. Because you may think that, oh, it's fine, but unfortunately not. Oh, okay, so the airstrike doesn't... Oh, it doesn't restart the ones that you do need to destroy. Just like the puzzle down there. I thought it did the whole thing again. Alright, well that makes things a little bit easier because this fan is actually now out of the way. I was trying for ages to try and hit that fan and I couldn't. So you can just keep on chucking yourself into this and be fine, but as you can see, this big wall is what we need to get rid of, not the one spinning around here, which is easy to avoid, and I only used a quarter of our time. I mean, again, there's no reward for doing it without the freebie. It's just in case if it was getting frustrating, because you can't cheese the one down there, you can't cheese the map, so there's only a few things that you can cheese, like the springs, as well as the platforms we were jumping on. Unfortunately, this is one that you do not want to cheese.
We meet yet again, fellow gamer. This must be fate and certainly not prearranged. Now, tell me, what is the most obnoxious enemy in your opinion?
Ninja cats, they're very tanky. Pushy crows, they can launch you. But remember, they can't hurt you. Well, ninja cats can. And if the pushy crows push you off, you only void out, you don't take damage. So, in a way, even though pushy crows are in fact the most obnoxious enemies, seagulls aren't even an enemy. I chose this, and you're put into a separate section level gauntlet with cannons. Now, I've said that, it's probably going to toss me in there anyway, but I'm going to choose not the seagulls, but the pushy crows.
Psych! We know you've been lying for the past 2 questions. You think we are stupid? Well, here's something we know for sure you will hate.
Never mind. Doesn't matter what you choose. It's a long stretch to get to the opposite side. Pushing crows would be annoying. They are obnoxious, but they don't do damage. Ninja cats, you could probably just avoid them as long as you keep jumping.
It is time to present the cannon jumps. Ah, yes, we are sure you'd love it. Now, reflect on your dishonesty as you suffer.
So yeah, this is not avoidable. I thought it was. Damn it. Well, again, you can fall off and not take void out damage. You just got to get the jump. So, you just got to get the jumps good. And, yeah. So now we've got a level within a level within a level. Can this get any more convoluted? Right. They're starting off easy, but they're going to get more difficult. Just got to keep a rhythm. Where was my bounce? I kind of had to do double jump lunges there to regain height. Alright, this is where I have the most trouble. Alright. Actually, I just realised I did that in one go. That's where I was having a lot of trouble before. Okay, not bad. I must have really improved, despite not giving the best information, because it was like, ooh, well, I'll be fine, but I went too close to the cannons and messed that up. Thankfully, every time you make it to a new section, you do have a checkpoint, although the game doesn't tell you that, because it's not the main level, and of course, every time you fail, the crows laugh at you. But at least it's not the general dude in the main level doing that. Damn it. Also, without any background to work from, draw distance is a, well, depth perception more like, is a bit of a problem in this game. I cannot see if I'm landing on that or not, honestly. It looks like I am, but I'm falling just ahead of it. Oh my god, it looks like I keep falling through them. I swear I'm not. I'm trying to land on them, but I'm either just beyond or just before. Come on. Let me land on it! Come on! It's the final one every time. Almost every time. There, I kept the angle and I made it. Alright. These ones move up very fast. Okay, sure. Oh, damn it! Oh, the damage boost doesn't regenerate your jump. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I just have to keep doing this until I get a rhythm. Oh my god. There we are, and then I can just long dash again. There we go. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Uh-oh. Oh. No! No! Oh my god. I literally couldn't move until I lunged, but it just flung me off. That was a little bit sus. I jumped over it. Yeah, these ones are like the tiniest, so they're very precise. Thankfully, getting shot by them doesn't hurt us as well. We're invincible here. It's just trying to power through. Right. Made it! Get me out of here, you bitch!
It seems you have prevailed with your sanity in check. How very disappointing. You may now return back to your previous spot in the level as I self-destruct.
People need to stop exploding, dude. But yeah, you can see from this long stretch that Ninja Cats and Pushy Crows would have been a bit annoying. But yeah, there's literally nothing here. It's to trick you out on what you're going to be facing. Seagulls aren't even an entity in this game, so that you would think that that would be the easy option, but that is an outright lie because you don't even encounter them really. So yeah, he kind of catches you out with that one and just called you a liar, which is how I fell for it, because I'm like, I'll just do seagulls. But no, from what we just seen, calls you a liar anyway. I'm being disproven, or proven right, throughout this particular run. Seafood. Now, where's the Sky reference? Drag him into the game, and this is the way Jewel repays me here. My name is Yasma. I mean, Seafood. I am a moth from that Sky game. I might not look it, but I have a cape that I can use for flying. You see, I have this huge craving for candles, so can I ask you to pluck all the candles on that cake over there and give them to me? I would go get it myself, but I'm too lazy. Jewel, the mod creator, didn't give me any walking animation. Oh my lord! How many? 75? Do you want to keep spawning them in? You done? Cool. Let's start from the top and work our way down. Oh my lord, this is going to be the longest tower of candles you have ever seen. This is so obnoxious. And by the way, this is like an optional thing that you do not need to do. I'm just doing it to show it off. And because I did it beforehand. Thankfully, that meter doesn't increase, because that would be pretty dumb. I don't even know how I bonked into that. Like, a slight movement sends me walking at a fair distance every time. Alright, we must be close by now, surely. Oh, whoops. We got them all! We can't even see how tall this is. This screen is one-sided. Right, have your candles! Look at that shadow shrink! It's like a Mario Party minigame. Yes, finally! Now I can trade all these candles in to get this fancy accessory of the fortnight. Gonna have them all, for I want to be the very best like no moth ever was. That was a sentence. Also Fortnite again. There's a lot of connections between this and the previous mod. Maybe that's why they were paired. Yeah, I've sent you a heart as thanks for your troubles. See ya. Nope, he's gone. Sure, a singular heart pond for our troubles, while we're still at full health and weren't able to take damage. Okay. This level is just so strange. I mean, they're still good challenges, don't get me wrong. It's not obnoxiously difficult or hard. And it is still trolly. Oh, balls. Hold on a minute. A hat adult again. Or is it from the previous mod for some reason, like before? It is, isn't it? Somehow, you're connected. It's me, Adidas. How the flip? And I came from the future. I have came down from the sky far above to bestow you an important advice that's likely to prove useful in your upcoming journey. Never eat your shoelaces. Trust me, it's disgusting and you will regret it. That is all. Bye. She ascends! Or descends, depending on how you look at it. And I can't even move!
Goodness gracious!
Literally stopped my forward momentum and kept me in cutscene mode when I fell. Like, thank you for the needless respawn for no reason. Warning, explosion blocks hidden ahead. They exploded before you can land on them. So do a fake jump before landing on the next block to figure out whether it's explosive or not. Again, things explode because why not? So by starting, basically just do a fake jump and it would explode. If it disappears, then it's a true explosion. If it doesn't, it's a fake out. This song, I don't know. Ah! Fake! I found you, faker. Oh, well, that blew up multiple. That was a chain reaction. Okay, this is not the correct way for now. Yeah, and this one keeps on exploding every time you get into that trigger range. So, just don't be thrown off by that particular block. We can't make it over there, so we're just going to have to take a chance on diagonal jumping. The thing is with diagonal jumping, you can't actually tell if a block is going to explode or not, but you can be a bit cheeky about it if you're lucky. Oh! Hey! That was not fair. Just move the blocks from underneath my feet, why don't you? The button was rigged, but it did move some blocks into position to make things easier. So what does this button do, if it's even worth? Ah, now we can actually go over there with a diagonal jump. Very useful, because that one block jump was a bit too far to make unless we were good with sprint double jumping, which I am not. But remember, this one explodes with a fake explosion. It doesn't disappear. So we can actually commit to the jump on that one. Goes into the kill plane, the cheeky block. We'll just skip you then. Get into this block for the angle. Oh, invisible coin block. I knew it was there. I was trying to head backwards to trigger it and not actually, you know, get pushed by it. It's fine. That's the fake. So how do we get past this one if we can't make a proper jump? Just walk off, double jump, then lunge cancel. Okay, Hatkid didn't grab the ledge of that block either. I'm guessing that's on a per block basis, because that keeps happening. Then again, I'm used to it happening all the time anyway, when it's not supposed to happen like that, but what I was trying to do was that. There we go. We made it! What's going on over here, Matthews? A pair of sports shoes, probably a spare from the Goofy Mafia. Out of curiosity, you decide to take a bite of the shoelaces. Why would anyone do that? Ugh, disgusting. You immediately regret trying to eat shoelaces. No wonder Adidas came back from the future to just tell you not to eat it. Yeah, but if we never did, we would have never warned ourselves, so we had to complete the causality loop because we're a time traveller. Nothing else that we can interact with on the table. Bit of a shame. Yeah. Ah, small child, can Matthew ask you to go over there and read the sign? Matthew's so short-sighted that Matthew cannot read it. Why, you ask? Matthew heard that you need to summon the gatekeeper from high above the sky to continue forward. The sky spirit. Sure. Let me get my eggs, I don't trust this. Ah! Not the sign, and that was a dead shot, look at that. Ah! I'm probably going to have to cut that short because, again, the music choice. Seriously, this is get a bit annoying, but all you missed was a fade out and him walking away. Is this the underworld? Or maybe it's my inner mind? You know, I can actually just barely see the walls of the floor. And yes, it is actually floor. You thought that you had a platform across? The outhouse? Looks like it's time to face my inner demon, which also happens to be a toilet. Yeah, we've got to fight the outhouse again. We've got to fight the subcon toilet, and nothing really has changed other than the fact that there is no hook for the middle of the stadium this time. So we can't swing into him. But we can blow him up. Dodge the shockwaves. Camera's having a bit of a moment there. Must be just where the battle arena's placed. Yeah, so now not only do we have another level within a level within another level, but we also have a boss fight within the level in a level within a level. It just doesn't end, does it? Like, we were in No-bonk Rift 2. Ice Sliding Rift 2! Oh, that's what it meant by Sky Spirit. It was the toilet! Oh my lord, we are so high up. Yeah, we probably shouldn't be moving around too much if we want to land in the correct spot. Are we going to take full damage? Oi! Wow, we hit the table. That's going to be painful. Oh, we got some health as well for that. But it killed the Mafia. Good. Retribution. That was rude. That was unnecessary. All I did for you, Luca, and you did that to me, just disrespectful. Alright, so let's just review before we grab this timepiece, right? We had Ice Bonk sliding, but then it was the same as 2, but with additions to it, like the Naughty Nice thing from December Decisions. But then we have this level, which is a sequel to a bonus level in a different mod, so it's a secret level within the secret, from a secret level, sequel of a secret level. But then we had that cannon bouncing level within this level. Then we had a boss fight within this level, and we still haven't actually finished this level yet, despite doing those 2 separate levels within this level. Guess what? As I said, doesn't end. We're now in a murder investigation within this level. Oh no, Hourglass Z has been murdered. Looks like we've got a murder mystery on our hands. Seems the victim might have died from a knife wound to the head. There were 4 Hourglasses in total present on the scene of the crime. So that means one of you Hourglasses have killed Hourglass Z. Oh, hello there, kid. You must be the guy that fell from the sky. What do you mean? It was the toilet to make me move forward. That's how I got here. Now help us solve this murder mystery, will you? Just ask each Hourglass and tell you who you think is the murderer. What have you gotten yourself into? Good question. I am Hourglass A. I think C is kind of sus, so I can vouch. Also, I can vouch for B. They tells the truth. I'm Hourglass B. D is kind of sus in my opinion. Looks like they're hiding something. I'm Hourglass C. It wasn't me, I swear. Hourglass A is known to lie, so I think they're sus. I don't think anyone's mentioned you. It was me! I did it! Like this! Whoop-de-doo! Hey, quiet you two. No committing murder during the investigation, please. Dude. Yep. You're after the murderer and then you tell him to stop murdering. Are you... You think I'm pecking stupid? So, are you ready to tell us who's the murderer? You just told us who the murderer was. He just told me what the murder... You both... Considering that you're all timepieces, you're wasting my time. This whole thing is a waste of time. I could have grabbed my timepiece. I'm given more timepieces. These timepieces are not what I need, and you're wasting my time. Dead. I wonder if you... Can you actually click that one? I'm not good. No, the prompt is actually gone for that. Interesting. Hourglass D, the schmuck. I know they literally declared themselves the murderer, but they still haven't shouted me that dinner they promised last week. So maybe I'll spare them death. Just kidding, it's killing time. So now you're a murderer as well now. You're an accomplice to the problem, and justice is served. Thank you for your help here, kid. Really helped out a lot. Here, as a reward, I shall give you this... We are still denied. Let's keep going, I guess! Buckle your pants, because this level just will never end. Buckle your pants, and we're climbing up and now we're buckling our pants. Where's this going to lead us? I mean, if you were climbing up here, you would think that these would swivel and throw you off, but they don't seem to be the case. Brave kid, you have proven yourself to me, whatever that means. Now be one with the owl. What does that mean? What's with the fade out? Act 32, Dark Owl Rift of the Eternal Abyss. We just went from Act 42 to 32. What's the fascination with twos? Yeah, actually, I don't think I shared this. Every time that we've gone into, well, Ice Rift 2.5, and then into another level within the level, which is what we just did, which also had 2 separate levels in there, a mode of investigation and a boss fight. And now, the 3rd level within this level, which is actually a separate level within the 2nd level of the Chandrode, has an impending boss fight awaiting us to finish things off, finally. And every time that we would have started, there was a bear that I forgot to interact with. You can use this bear to activate Saria mode, which just changes some of the dialogue to specifically address Elegant Saria, a Hat in Time's community manager. So obviously I haven't been interacting with this because it's specifically for her. For, you know, the game day streams, which you can earn community timepieces for the Discord to earn yourself a sticker if you get at least 5. Just let them know.
Ah, you finally arrived. If you're one of the people who know me on Discord, it's time for you to face your crimes. If not, you're probably very confused.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second option.
You people in the Hat Discord community have always taken every opportunity to make fun of me, to the point it's now taken for granted that I'm the butt of all jokes.
I mean, considering you're in a challenge room, mate, I think you've earned your recognition. Probably not with the level that's filled with cynicism, but you know.
There's the Owl Brood, the monkeys, along with Maxwell and all his variants. You guys can't seem to let me catch a break.
You do realise I'm joking, right? I'm not being mean. I'm just joking in terms of the narrative that you made.
Well, guess what? This shall be your day of reckoning, because this time, I'm fighting you myself.
It's a shiny rufflet with a... or rowlet, excuse me, with a hat and a mask.
Damn Sue Brat's oil! Oh, wait, wrong line. It's gamer time.
It is indeed! Hoot Owl! Best thing to do is have a brewing hat. He uses attacks from all of the main game bosses. That, as you saw there, we had saw blades from Grooves and the Conductor. He also teleports away like he does as the Snatcher. Makes these cages move around just like the Outhouse. Disco Balls, again, Grooves and Conductor. I'm trying to mention all the oh, they're moving around. They're schmoving. I mean, sure, I'll just keep smacking you, I guess. Get all the damage off. Okay, you're doing a lot of Grooves and Conductor moves at the moment. I mean, I guess you could call this a Snatcher move. Also, the music here, I'm going to have to once again edit out because it's for Metal Gear Rising. Like, there must be some way, and I'm going to have to change that to another 16-bit remix, this time by BGM Man from Korea. And they say within the very video description that they are allowed to be used, and of course I'm going to credit them because I'm talking over them. We have gameplay, we have noises, so if you really want to hear it, there's some more Outhouse attacks. You can listen to it fully by the link in the description below and the card in the corner. I was hoping that brewing shot would actually home in and hit. I bounced off him because he decided to do a different attack. Also, that spin, these bags, he's now the Mafia boss. So now we've basically seen almost all of the main game bosses. I think the only thing he doesn't do is anything from Moustache Girl. So he's a combination of all of them. Oh, he's doing some supercharges. He's dizzy. He doesn't always glow blue to be vulnerable, but you can always hit him. I mean, I guess this is basically any of the bosses that have a secondary phase worth of power. But if he's just standing there, just hit him with something, you'll probably get lucky. Which is why I like using the brewing hat, because I get decent range while dodging. Excuse me? I was hitting him, and it wasn't doing damage. Oh, he's doing the outhouse big bomb thing. Let's get on top of the cherry. There we go. Smack him. I guess I could have tossed my my own bombs at him, but I didn't. Shockwaves. I missed. I got him. Thankfully, every time we hit him, there is a heart pond. This is pretty much the only place where you could die other than the saw blades, or maybe the explosions from the cherry bombs in this level. Yeah, well, in this entire level, 3-segmented level of the second level of the Challenge Road, of Challenge Road 62. I don't think I've said level so many times in my life. And that was with having some Challenge Roads having 7 actual levels in them. Oh yeah, I've got to hit him with a bomb when he's like this. Because he's taking on the properties of that particular attack. Mafia Boomerang! How much health do you have, mate? Oh, he's just schmooving. Hey, I got him!
You got me. Nah, I'm fine. I will keep fighting, but a long drawn-out fight will get boring fast.
You're telling me this level was, like, been 3 levels in 1. And we're still going with the Challenge Road. I have yet to actually go through these again off-screen to get my mod timepiece/mod riv tokens, just to get 2. And there's been no collectibles in these levels other than the manuscripts in the first one, so I'm not even going to get a spin for it, so I'm just going to do that off-screen. Wait, do I not have a token left? I might have to check that. Oh, I do. Okay, I guess I will be doing a spin next episode, because this has been going on way too long.
I hope you've learned to think twice before disrespecting who today, or whatever life lessons you happen to learn. Anyways, that's all I've got. Remember to actually be nice and not be naughty and all that. Have a good one.
It's funny, really, because other than hitting you, I was actually mostly nice. And that was an accident. And that's why I would have said that the dialogue would have been a bit funny if I didn't actually do that. Yeah, he's now invulnerable. Funny, actually, his decals don't move with him when he's like that. But there we are. That is this Challenge Road done. We have our 60-second trophy. Now, it was a little bit of a worry that if levels got updated or removed, because like we had this before last year with, was it that massive tower that we had to climb for last year's April Fools, where we had all those Hat Kid clones and there was so many ponds, and it was like a single level challenge road. We had to go all the way up that. I mean, in a way, we had another tower with Bird Island 5, but it was kind of reversed. Instead of it being whited out with black silhouettes, it was blackened out with only a spotlight. It's interesting. But again, I was a little bit worried that it would just disappear, but they tend to have almost as long of a lifespan as other challenge roads. So thankfully I was able to do it because, you know, things were happening the past week. What with other announcements that I was excited about, and probably many others as well, but I was also being brought down by stuff, and I was busy because doing other stuff like planning for other projects and all that. But that is it for this episode of A Hat in Time. I'm obviously going to have to go and play these levels again myself in order to get some tokens, because I'm not doing a spin now, because this is almost 2 hours long. But I'll see you guys next time.